We're going to talk about the functional neutral position today. Okay, what the neutral position is, it's a halfway point between flattening your back and arching your back. Okay, posteriorly tilting your pelvis and then anteriorly tilting your pelvis. Okay, so let's have Meg put your hands on your hips for me. Okay, let's have you roll back, posteriorly tilt. Posteriorly. Okay, it's all the way down. Just make sure the butt doesn't come off the table, and then roll all the way forward. Okay, so butt always stays down. Roll back again. You want to explore that motion all the way down, all the way up. Make sure butt stays down. And then from here, just halfway down. Once you find how far you can go one way and the other way, you want to find that point that's right in the middle. We call that the functional neutral position, or the balance position for your spine. And that's the position you're going to hold in the process of doing all the exercises that we'll talk about on the next post. Okay, so that's the neutral position. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is what we call bracing. So bracing is actually, let's have you take and place your hands on your belly. In a sense, you want to think about when you go to cough, or when you go to bear down, or when you go to laugh. These muscles actually will, once you contract them, they kind of push out against your fingers a little bit. So let's have you brace. Okay, like you're about to bear down, hold, and then release. Okay. When we initially instruct this, we want to make sure that they're getting a really good maximal contraction, okay, without losing the neutral position. That's the most important point. You maintain your neutral as you're contracting and bracing your core. So you're actually contracting and bracing the anterior core, the front core. But what happens is that by bracing here, we actually create a contraction of the muscles deep in your lumbar spine. And that's something we'll talk about when we have you have Meg stand here in a second. But as we're monitoring this, as she braces here, go ahead and brace for me. Okay, I can feel her contracting at her lumbar spine. Okay, the thing with this initially is that you want to perform a maximal contraction to see if you can reproduce that, and we'll help you with that when you come to see us. But you want to make sure that she can breathe in the process of doing this. So you want to do the neutral, you want to brace, and you want to make sure you can breathe. Okay, so initially you do a maximum contraction, and then you try to find that point that's maybe a 50% of your max contraction, so you can still breathe. Okay, so as you're doing your exercises, you don't want to be losing circulation or losing the ability to bring oxygen to your muscles. So that's why it's important to not overdo it, because by contracting here, you can certainly start to feel a little bit breathless doing this. Okay, so let's go back and do it over time. Try to find your neutral. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up again, and then halfway down. Okay, there is a neutral, a little bit of inward curve at our low back. I can get my fingers, my hand underneath there. Okay, maintain that position, and then monitor it, and then brace. And I can feel her contracting here, so she's pretty good at this. All right, and then she can still breathe, which is good. All right, let's do. Then, like I said, the next time we'll talk about the types of exercises we'll do in this position, and then other positions too. But let's have her hold this, roll onto your side, and sit back up. Let's just have you maybe pan over here. Okay, so you can do the same sort of thing when you're sitting. Okay, so you want to try to find the neutral and try to brace in every position that you put yourself in during the day, so you're not putting yourself at risk for for an injury. So same sort of idea, all the way forward, all the way backwards, all the way forward again, and then halfway back. Nice inward curve, and then you brace. Okay, hold that. Let's say you stand. Okay, now let's go to your hands and knees. So you can do this in every position. Okay, same sort of idea. Okay, so hips above the knees, shoulders above the hands, and then same sort of thing. Let's have you roll down. Okay, and all the way up, all the way down again, all the way down, then halfway up. Same sort of idea. Now it's still a nice little inward curve here. You don't want to be rounded in the back as you're in this position here. So neutral, brace, make sure she can breathe. Okay, let's have you stand. You stand over here, facing the wall. And then same sort of idea this way. It's harder in standing because there's just not as much motion at the pelvis when you stand. But Meg's pretty good at this, so back and forth, try to find your middle point, okay, and then brace. And now what I'd like to have you do, just to help you with the learning curve here, is take your hands and place the palms of your hands right at your lumbar spine, okay, pretty much right where the muscles are that are adjacent to your spine, okay. So then you relax. She's got her neutral, and then brace. Okay, and you brace, and you want to feel, you want to palpate for a contraction of the muscles back over here. Don't have to squeeze into it. Just place your hands there. do the bracing from the front, and see if you can palpate back over in here, and then relax, okay? And just contract, and this would be like that maximal contraction. Go as hard as you can to see if you can create a contraction here without leaning backwards and without losing your neutral. And that'll help you to try to master this as time goes on, okay? And that's pretty much it for now. Thanks.